This video is for all you entrepreneurs and solopreneurs out there that are trying to grow a business from home. Hello, this is Enzo. Welcome to another edition of the Strivers Club. This is the vlog dedicated to people who are striving for more out of themselves, out of their lives, out of their jobs, careers, whatever it is. If you're striving for more, then this is the vlog for you. And today, I'm talking about something that a lot of strivers go through. It's being in the position where you have to grow your company from the comfort of your own home. You're working from home. It's nothing that you've not heard of about before, right? There's about 5 million US people in the US that do it. There's about 1.5 in the UK. It's growing, by the way. It's exploding. The numbers of people that have said, screw you to working in an office or in a factory or somewhere that's a bit more organized and bringing it home, it's staggering. Because we all think we're entrepreneurs now, which is great because people are living their passion a lot more, what they want to do, a lot more than ever before. But along with that comes a lot of challenges. Not only what people think of you when they see you running a company from home and think, oh, that's easy. You can just roll out of bed, pretend to work and just get through the day and you don't have to, you're not accountable to anybody. It's easy. I'd love that, but I can't do that. I've got to pay the bills. I don't really have a passion. So it's a bit funny how people treat you when you work from home. But that's not the main topic here. The main topic for me is the amount of distractions you have and also the areas in which you need to be good at if you're going to pull this off. If you're running a business from home, you can't just be this person who's talented at what they do. You have to wear so many hats. You have to have so many job role capabilities within you because there's no other members of staff. It's just you to pull them all off. That it makes it very hard. Often you get somebody who's good in a certain area, say they're creative, but they're really bad in another area like the marketing side of it. So really they don't get the word out, so people don't buy from them. Or they're not very good at making products. So they know what they can do, but they just can't get themselves to write that book or do whatever it is you need to do or service to get people in. Plus, all the maintenance that needs to be done. Someone needs to clean the place. Someone needs to answer the phones. Someone needs to do the accounts and get all the receipts and the invoices all lined up and the self-assessments. Someone needs to answer the door, be the secretary and all that. It's very hard to run a business at home because you've only got so many hours in a day. Okay, you might work longer hours at home, but still you get so distracted doing lots of little jobs that really the company as a whole isn't growing anywhere near as fast as it could. If it was in an office or if you had a boss breathing down your neck saying you must complete this specific task today, otherwise you're out. You haven't got that. Okay, maybe when the bills need paying, you sort of ramp things up a little bit, but you haven't got that accountability. You have to be so disciplined. This is what's difficult. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because working from home is something I've done forever. I work in office, that's fine, got them things, but mostly I've been working at home because I'm a sports coach. So I go to the events. But when you come home and grow the business, you have to be freaking on it. You can't really have a day off thinking, I'll tell you why. This is what happens, right? If you're not careful. You'll wake up in the morning and you know that I want to do a bit of marketing today. I want to get the word out a bit more. I know I'm going to master Facebook ads. I'm going to make sure I get this down so by the end of the day I've got a Facebook ad campaign that's going to make me so much money. It's going to get my name out there. It's brilliant. Great intention. So you start with that. But then you get half an hour in. You find out it doesn't quite make sense or it's a bit more difficult than you thought. You can't get your head around it. It's not giving you anything. You're bored. Before you know it, you're scrolling. You're on that freaking wall looking at all the posts that other people are putting up. You're watching videos. You're distracted. Then you think to yourself, okay, I'm not in the right mode now. I've got to get back into the mode. I'll go and get a coffee. You go and get a coffee out of the kitchen. Before you know it, you're watching the TV. Or you're doing something else. Or you come back and say, oh, I'll do marketing later. And then you start dithering again. It's so difficult. You've literally got to slap yourself every single day and say, right, this is what's going to be done today. And by the end of the day, I'm going to look back and I'm going to know that I grew this company. Because be honest now, if you put a vision in your head of what you want to achieve in life or with this company or whatever you're doing at home, the big goal, and then you look at what you've done that day, can you genuinely say that was the most you could, that was the most effective you could work? That someone else who wants it more, who works harder, couldn't have done more in that day? Most people say, nah, I actually wasted the day. And now I'm pissed off. Now I'm going to work really hard tomorrow. So you go to bed determined, you wake up, you go for a run, you come back pumped, you do probably a good hour, but then before you know it, you're distracted again. And you're back doing the same cycle. Believe me, I know, I've done this. But I got to kick up the arse when things weren't working and I need to make them work. And then that got more addictive than being lazy. So it changed my life. But I want to share with you today a very simple technique or strategy that helped me turn this round. I went from barely paying the bills to, I'd say, without working it out, it was the productivity had gone up about 800% each day. And so did everything else. So did the clients. So did my well-being. Actually, I had more time. I felt better about myself. Other parts of life got better because I started to work more effectively. And this is how I did it. And I've given it a fancy name now, but it's only just so you know what it is. I've literally just titled it now before this video. But let's just say you've got certain job roles, like we say, that you need to perform in order to run the company. Some are maintenance, like doing the accounts, like answering the phone, like making yourself a coffee, cleaning the joint, right? Cleaning the place up and stuff. So you've got them things, but they're not really going to help you grow the company. They are maintenance. So I had a part of my day when I did just that. I just gave half an hour to an hour to the things that need to be done, that are boring, but they are just maintaining the company and just keep things on an even keel so I don't all of a sudden need to do a tax return at the end of the year and I haven't done anything. So it's maintaining it, okay? You've got them. That's designated. That's half an hour to an hour in the day done. Now the rest of the day is all about growth. And that's when I want to bring to you the growth quadrant. I know, it's a bullshit name. But there's 4 things to it. There's 4 job roles that if you want to grow a company, you've got to be bloody good at. You would have 4 different people doing this, by the way. Working together, but also separately. You would have 4 people that you need to grow a company, grow your company. But you've got to do all of them. It's only you. So you've got to fulfill all these roles. You've got to get good at them. There's no other way about it. You have to get good at these 4. And these are the 4 that I want you to either split your day into. So at the end of the day, you can look at it and go, okay, this area I did well, this I didn't do very well. So tomorrow we need to do a bit more of that. And there's 4 of them. And so you know exactly how you're performing in the company. You've got to grow. It's just like any athlete. There's certain areas they need to improve to get to be the winner. You need to do the same. Here they are, the growth quadrant. Number 1 is you need to become the master. That means you need to master whatever it is you're doing. So if you're this songwriter, then you've got to dedicate time to mastering that art of songwriting or even singing. You've got to be good at what you're selling. You've got to be good at the thing you're supposed to be good at. Not just okay, but you've got to improve every single day. And I don't mean spending a quarter of the day on it. It could be just, I tell you what, if you want to be good at a certain part of the day, a certain thing that you need to improve yourself on in order to be better in your industry. If you want to be a coach, for example, and you coach on a very specific thing and you need to learn that thing better than anyone else, then you dedicate a slice of your day just to doing that. Even if it's while you go for a jog in the morning, you listen to something that either reminds you of what you know already, reminds you so you relearn it, or you make a new distinction. There's got to be some part of your day that you grow your mastery in the area that you're supposed to be good at. Never tread water when it comes to this, because there's competitors out there. Other companies that want the same customers as you. And if they have more knowledge, if they're better at what they do, they're going to beat your ass if they're good at the other areas. Okay. So number 1 of the quadrant, the top left, is you have to wear the hat of the master, the person who is learning to be the best they can be in that specific field that you're in. You have to be bloody good, basically. Number 2 is the creator. Now, when you put this hat on, the creator's hat, the creator job role, I want you to get really into this, right? You can't be half-ass mastering stuff. You've got to say, right now I'm going to create something. That means either a product or a service. What are these people going to buy? So you've got this talent that you've mastered and you're continuously mastering, but how are you going to deliver that to people? Is it a service of you going to do something for them or them buying something for you? Is it a package? Is it a product? Is it a physical like MP3 that you're going to sell a song? Or is it something else? You must keep adding more and more products and services so people can get access to you. And I know it sounds so obvious, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people that are good at what they do, but still they haven't really got much of what they can buy. There's nothing that people can do to give them money. So if you're in this business to earn money, yeah, you're in it to follow your passion, obviously. But if you're in it to earn some money as well, some income to pay the bills and to give you the lifestyle that you really want, then you've got to give them something to buy. Once again, stupidly obvious, but you've got to make sure you designate some part of your day, some days more than others, towards that. You've got to do it. No two ways about it. It's a non-negotiable. That's number 2. So you wear the creator's hat. What am I going to create today or this week that we can sell in a month's time? Or a service that we can offer, or a package. Make it so they can have this, this, and this. It's going to cost this much on the website. That's it. Number 3, the marketer. Oh yes, the big one. Now marketing is just basically you getting a megaphone and telling the whole world about how good you are and what you offer. The two parts of the quadrant we've already spoke about. People have got to know that you're the good one, the best one out there. They've got to know how to give you their money so they can receive something that you offer. But you've got to tell them about it. It's time to take off the creator's hat and put on the marketer one. Now I'm a marketer. That's what I do today, or that's what I'm going to do for the next 3 hours today. That's it. Or everything I do is going to be make sure that I can tell myself at the end of the day, this is what we achieved on the marketing side. This is the plan. This is what I've already started. This is the feedback, the analytics of if it's working or not. What am I going to try now? How am I going to do? What video am I going to do now and get out there? You have to market. Now, marketing's huge. I would say that some of these quadrants are more, parts of these quadrants are more important than others, but it depends what part of the phase you're in. Maybe you're really good at marketing, but you suck at the actual thing that you're offering, or you have no real things to offer. You've got to make sure that you market the hell out of what you do. You've got to be very good at what you do. You've got to have something people can buy, and you've got to make sure you market it so well. Again, nothing you don't know already. But it's something that I want. This is time management, right? You've got to make sure that every single thing is hit in every single day. Maybe you just do 5% of mastering. Maybe then you do 10% of creating something, but then you do 50% or more on actual marketing. Either way, make sure that every single day you hit and tick something in every single box. And obviously there's a fourth one. The fourth one, the fourth hat you've got to wear, the job role to grow your company, is the seller. The closer. So you do market, right? So you're really good at what you do. You got the mastering down. Then you've got the products and the services. Then you market the hell out of this thing all the time. But you've got to get people to sign the dotted line. There's no point promoting. There's no point having all this stuff if you're not making sure people say, okay, I'll have it. They're not pressing that green button. They're not buying. They're not coming to you and signing a contract. You must make sure that every single day, again, you're closing somebody. You're closing some deal that you've got in the pipeline. You're not leaving it there to say, oh, I've got this and it might happen. There is no might. They're either going to buy or not. You've got to get in there and finish the sale. What today can you do? And this is what you ask on every single part of the quadrant. Every single one of the 4. It's like, what can I master today? What am I going to master today? Even more, even if it's a tiny bit. What can I do that makes me better? And I don't mean going to the gym. I mean making sure that it's in whatever you offer people, your mastery. Number 2, what am I going to create? How am I going to create something? Could even be a logo, right? That's a bit marketing, but it's still creating something that people are going to see and go, oh, that's interesting. What am I going to create today that's going to make this company make more money? What am I going to market? And how the hell am I going to close somebody? Who did I email? Who emailed me like months ago, was interested in the product or the service? I'm going to actually contact them. I'm going to go through all my emails, find out and say, hey, how's it going? Had any thoughts? We've got this new offer. I've got a new discount. Maybe you could try this. You've got to sell and close people. You will get all these different programs on the internet, and I've been through most of them, that tell you sales is so important. Then you got the other person who's Mr. Marketer saying it's all about marketing, but really it's everything. These are all different roles that you've got to fulfill as a one solopreneur. You've taken on this challenge, but it's the only way that you're going to grow your company. And I know you're thinking, again, this is all obvious, but It is obvious, but it's usually the obvious things that let us down. You watch, just look over your last day or two and say to yourself or ask yourself, how did I perform? Would I really sack myself? If it was not me, it was somebody else doing what I'd done for my company, and I was watching them, how they acted over the last few days, which is obviously me, how I reacted or acted, would I sack them? Would I give them a telling off saying you need to do this better? Usually you find out the people working from home, they'd say, yeah, I should have spent more on marketing. I should have made sure I actually did it and not just put it on a to-do list. Because we have these big to-do lists, right? And a lot of them are just maintenance and doing stuff and calling someone for no reason. When really, you've got to make sure that your to-do list falls in these 4 areas. Yes, you've got the maintenance side, get that out of the way, do it, half an hour, whatever, per day. But then the 4, make sure that all your to-dos fall into them. Now you'll have certain times when marketing has to become the priority, so you put more time into that in a certain day, or the selling, or the creating, or the mastering. There'll be a certain bias on a certain day, fine, but make sure that you at least tickle each one. Move forwards. The only way you're going to make your career and your company perform is by slowly, every single day, incrementally getting better, better, and better. And if you do these 4 areas, I promise you're going to make something big happen. And it'll happen quickly. If you do all these areas, you'll be surprised. Just after one call, you can make a sale or a lead. You're like, wow, why the hell didn't I do that before? It can be that simple. But if you're doing this every single day, what 10 people can I call and close today? Or at least start a lead with? Who can I talk to that can help me market? Who can interview me, or who can I interview to make it like a big vlog and go viral and all this? You've got to really get your thinking hat on now. I tell you what, the more pressure you put yourself under and say, I've got to hit all these 4 parts, these quarter of these quadrants to make a whole, the more you will start to do it. Because what I find is when I'm coaching people, it's not like they don't know, they haven't got the motivation to do it, because they have. They say, Enzo, I'll work every single hour just to make this happen. Well, why aren't you? If I ask them why they aren't actually doing it, I say, well, I don't actually know what to do. But when you've got the quadrants, you've got these 4 areas you know are needed to grow a company, and you make sure that you do something in each and every single one of them every single day, you'd be surprised how that turns you on. You'd be surprised how now you feel like you're moving forward. Now I'm making progress. Now I'm closing people. This is what I wanted. And it is so simple, but remember, it's always the simple things. For you to earn a living at what you want to do, it is simple. I'm going to say it's easy. It's easy because you follow the process of being good at what you do, creating something people can buy, telling everyone about it, and closing them. That is it. You make sure you fulfill that. You make sure time management, you're doing something in every single one of them every single day. You will get somewhere.